In a world where there needed to be one car for the global market. Da. Da da da. Da da da. Da 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 da. Ta da. This is the 1995 Ford Contour GL. Based on the Ford Mondeo but with lame American market changes. And now, here is your presenter. Effect. Also, the word wiener is particularly hilarious when paired with fondle.
So this is my 1995 Ford Contour GL in the beautiful desert coral metallic paint. This thing just stands out. It's fairly roomy. It's a compact sedan. I never realized how small it was until I put it next to my full-size Taurus. Next to the Milan, it's pretty small too. But I'll tell you what, in the passenger seat and in the driver's seat, it's quite roomy. The back seat, not so much. So one thing you notice, it's very wide open. One thing I dislike from earlier model years of the Contours, they didn't have tilt steering wheels, which sucks. It has the slot in there where the lever would be, but it doesn't have it, which sucks because I kind of hate the steering wheel placement. I like it all the way up. As you see, it's not too cramped. I'm a bigger guy. I was comfortable in these growing up, and it's pretty good. I like it. Let's see how the back is. Okay, now here's where things get tricky. The back seat is a little tight, as you can see, but again, in later model years they recessed it a bit and you got plenty of room. Now this is with the seats all the way back. You can see it's very cramped. I'm gonna try this. I might get stuck. Oh god. Okay, I'm in it, but headroom is absolute terrible for an adult. Like, wow. I never sat in a back of a Contour as an adult. Wow, that's something. Oh, there's a little ashtray. And I'm gonna get out. This came with your choice of a 2-liter 4-cylinder Z-Tech or a 2.5-liter Duratec V6. This one, if I can grab, has the 2-liter Z-Tech. Check this out. Hood light. Do they even still do that anymore? It's a peppy engine. It's not too bad. It makes it go down the road good enough for how heavy of a car it is. And it's kind of odd how small this car is. It's actually quite heavy. One thing about these cars, well, the trunk space was phenomenal. A really good amount of space. You can have a couple bodies in there. My take on these, if you know Contours, they are modified for the American market from the Ford Mondeo C4D, whatever, the Mondeo platform. My whole thing is, these, to me, are technically the hatchback bodies, stretched slightly, because this is the pillar of the hatch. These windows usually go up with the whole thing. The hatchback usually ends somewhere around here. So these are stretched back. And you can tell because with Contours, there's a very awkward spacing of the wheels back here. I've noticed this on my SVT. It's really not much here, but then back here, it's just a huge space. The wheel well just goes back more on the rear side of the wheel. Because usually, like I said, with a Mondeo, the hatch would come probably around here. This is all extra. And then of course in the 98, they actually messed with this roof line and the deck and backed it up. They kind of stretched a little bit. It's weird. It's hard to really even catch it, but they did it. Now, this one is your typical standard run-of-the-mill GL. You have some options. For instance, I have power door locks, but I got crank windows. Yeah, crank windows. That's pretty awesome. You don't really see those too much. I don't even know if any cars come with crank windows anymore, like at all. Maybe. I could be wrong. It's a great running and driving car. The transmission shifts well. Of course, you know, it has Ford Contours. Ford, why do you make sucky automatics? The automatic in this, it's okay. It's not the best. A little sluggish. And I was at, you know, I never really cared I never minded it. It did what needed to be done. So, you know, my God, it was like a Honda Civic accelerating for 5 years back there. So with the transmissions of the 4DCE or 4CDE, no wait, 4DCE. It's been a while, I don't remember. 4CDE transmission. And they're not the best transmission. They aren't really necessarily the worst. They do have valve body issues. But they depending on how you drive it, it will last you a good while. It'll last you pretty good. Like I had one, a Mystique that had the transmission. Unfortunately, it went out on me, but it didn't go out until I had about 229,000 miles. And now, mind you, I beat the piss out of it, and I delivered pizza and drove it across the country. The Z-Tech 2.0 liter 4-cylinder, about 1994 cc's, I believe. And it's a reliable engine, hence they use them in the Focuses. Like after they were in here, they used them in the Focuses, because in 98 the 4 cylinders in these went to the variable cam timing ones, which were okay, but I hated them. Anyway, these are rated at 125 horsepower and 130 pound-feet of torque. And then I believe in 2000, when they upped the horsepower of the SVT5, they also upped the horsepower 5 of the 4-cylinder. But in 2000, they were only fleet models. They had 130 horsepower. Like my review. This is for sale, unfortunately, because I have to get a motor for the SHO, and I hope the new owner really appreciates and enjoys this car. See you guys later. Subscribe.